or good evening. Wherever you are in the world, welcome and thank you for joining us. We are live at AutoSens Brussels 2023 from the Auto World Museum, surrounded by the history of the automobile while simultaneously embracing its future. We're thrilled to conduct our latest edition of AutoVision News live at AutoSens, where we talk to the leading minds in ADAS and autonomous vehicle technology development from inside this warm and nostalgic and incredible venue. Joining us now is Pier Paolo Porta, who is responsible for Ambarella's Automotive European Business Unit, and then Senya Pertzel, Senior Director of Marketing for Ambarella. Gentlemen, welcome both to AutoSens. Thank you for being here.
Thank you very much.
Indeed. Let's begin with a two-part question. Tell us about Ambarella, and then each of you gentlemen individually, tell us about your role then with Ambarella.
Sure. Ambarella develops AI processors for automotive, ADAS, and autonomous driving, as well as AIoT markets.
Okay.
I'm personally responsible for automotive product marketing and product management.
Yep, and I'm marketing director for the European part, so I'm looking after the business unit in Europe.
Excellent.
Focusing on automotive.
Excellent. We hear the term low power quite frequently in the field of ADAS and autonomy, but what does low power actually mean? And further to that, when we talk about low power consumption, to achieve this when we're having an ADAS or autonomous vehicle in the field?
Yes. So when people talk about low power, it primarily means low power consumption. How many milliwatts or watts does the system consume? And increasingly with compute requirements for ADAS and autonomous driving, it is dependent on the processor in the system. And so that's why we are focused on it. And the importance of that is depends on the application. As we started from windshield ADAS cameras, heat dissipation is a big challenge.
Sure.
The camera is located on the windshield, it gets a lot of sun, it has to operate under different weather conditions, and therefore you are limited as to how much heat dissipation you can consume. And so being able to run advanced AI algorithms to improve the quality and the precision of your algorithms, while at the same time staying within the tight power budget of a front windshield camera is critical. Now, as we transition into the main controller realm with L2 Plus and autonomous driving, the heat dissipation continues to be important. Now we're moving from single watts of power consumption to tens of watts. And there, being able to go from liquid cooled to air cooled or even passively cooled central computer helps with the design of the vehicle.
Sure.
Furthermore, we're getting to a power consumption where tens of watts are already starting to limit the range of the vehicle. So going to a more power efficient implementation either helps you use a smaller battery by a few kilowatt hours,
right,
which is critical in terms of vehicle cost and weight.
Yep.
Or for the same battery, it allows you to get to a longer range of the vehicle.
Yes, yes. How do you engineer a system that is truly low power? How do you go about achieving that, actually engineering low power into the system?
So it starts with picking the processor that has the highest efficiency.
Sure.
And what I mean by efficiency is that for a given level of compute, what is the power consumption you can achieve? So you can scale any compute architecture to high levels of compute, but can you do that while staying within low power budget?
Sure.
And that is achieved through what we call algorithm first approach. So we do not develop general compute such as GPUs or CPUs and then port AI algorithms to that.
Right.
We rather develop AI-centric algorithm first architecture, which is very efficient. And that not only relates to the processor power consumption, but also to how much and how intensively we use external memories, because that's an important factor in the overall system power consumption. And so by more efficiently using external memory, we allow our customers to reduce the overall power budget of the system.
Right. Pier Paolo, anything to add to that?
No, I mean, I want to just say that the power consumption has been always a signature of Ambarella, right? I mean, I would say we are famous for that since the very beginning, right?
Sure.
So, I mean, and this is as Senior said, it's a crucial factor, especially for the deployment of a system, right? I mean, now even more, Senior said, because of the electric power vehicle, so there is a direct connection. But also in the, let's say, previously with the, let's say, regular gasoline car, it's in any case a crucial factor, right? For many reasons, for savings reason in terms of I mean easier thermal management and so on, and I mean that's really one of the signatures of the Ambarella chip.
Right. Right, and I've seen many Ambarella press releases over the years, and low power is always immediately within the first few sentences. So, absolutely agree with you. It's key for Ambarella. Similar to low power, another term that we hear frequently, especially today, is AI. What does that mean, and how large of an impact is AI then on the automotive industry?
Yeah, so AI, as you said, is a trend, right? I mean, today everything is AI. Even your fridge, most likely, can have an AI inside, right?
Sure.
So it's, I mean, automotive industry is not. I mean, it's like every other industry, right? And AI has been basically penetrating also that industry. AI is very powerful. I mean, we know that you can do a lot more, right? If you think about an ADAS system, let's say traditionally implemented, with respect to the AI implemented ADAS, right, the performance are dramatically different. I mean, there has been an increase of capabilities. But of course, I mean, with increasing capabilities, right, you need also to be able to manage these capabilities. And that's where it comes to the efficiency. So at Ambarella, we've been also focusing on designing a chip. So understanding that this is a trend, we have been designing a chip that is able to efficiently accelerate AI and deep learning based techniques, right? And this is crucial, again, if we think about the deployment of the system. Because at the end of the day, the system needs to go on the field, right? And so going in the field means that you need to be efficient, and again, being able to accelerate AI in a way that, I mean, it keeps the power consumption very low. And to come to your question, I mean, why AI is important? As I said, it's because it basically unlocks a number of new capabilities on the car in every domain. I mean, being the perception or the fusion or the planning, all of them.
Sure. Senya, anything to add to automotive?
Yeah, absolutely. So, like Paolo said, the industry is trending very strongly towards more AI in order to achieve higher safety. It comes from algorithm precision as well as advanced functionality, and our focus is to bring advanced AI performance at a form factor and power consumption that can be deployed in mass automotive market.
Benefits of centralized processing when it comes to an autonomous vehicle architecture. Pier.
Yeah. So well, again, this is linked a little bit to the AI part, because when it comes to a complex system, it turned out that having the perception of all around of the vehicle, right, in a single place helps to deliver low-level fusion. So basically, you are getting the information. I mean, nowadays there are these famous deep learning network called transformer networks, right? They are leveraging information from multiple, let's say, multiple sources, and they can have a, let's say, broader context understanding. And so being able to connect perception from all around the vehicle in a single place, in the centralized architecture, basically, that helps for some of the sensor, of course, for some information, right? That helps in leveraging this power. So being able to have a context understanding and to have a 360 degrees understanding around the vehicle. And the more you push the level of autonomy, the more this is critical.
I see.
Yep. And I mean, we've been really thinking about this while developing our chip. So our chip are supporting these kind of techniques. And these, again, you need to support the latest technology to stay on the bleeding edge. Otherwise, I mean, you cannot really deploy, right? Because that's the important keyword. I mean, we need to be able to deploy effectively on the field.
Yes. Senya, same question. We've been talking about the centralized processing in an autonomous vehicle architecture. Your thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely. Bringing all the information to one location so you can make the most informed decision about what to do next in the planner. But also not having processors deployed at the edge decreases overall power consumption of the systems. We talked earlier, this is critical. And the way the industry started with smart sensors, essentially deploying compute at the edge, you have to double or multiply processing, increasing power consumption and the cost of the system. If you instead bring raw data to the sensor to the center, then you decrease overall power consumption.
Unbelievable, just awesome stuff. Speaking with Pier Paolo Porta, who's responsible for Ambarella's Automotive European Business Unit, and Senya Pertzel, Senior Director of Marketing for Ambarella. Gentlemen, last question here before we say goodbye. Your favorite car, what is your favorite car and why?
Well, I mean, being an Italian, I have to say Alfa Romeo.
Okay, yeah.
So,
yes.
Yeah, I mean, I really love the style of that brand. So I would say that one.
I think that's fair.
Being from Tesla.
Okay, yeah.
I love the electric drive, instant torque, not going to gas stations, the quiet, and I love the tech.
Yeah. Well, gentlemen, both of you, thank you for being here with us, for sharing your expertise on AI and low power. Great key takeaways here, the low power budget. Gentlemen, thank you for being with us. Enjoy the rest of the show. Safe travels home, and I look forward to the chance when we're able to do this again sometime real soon.
Thank you very much.
Indeed.
Thank you.
Indeed. More to come as we continue with AutoVision News live at AutoSens Brussels 2023 from the Auto World Museum alongside Pier Paolo Porta and Senya Pertzel from Ambarella. I'm Carl Anthony, AutoVision News.